Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I start today's video, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope your day is going fantastic and your journey to self-betterment is going better than fantastic as well. Today, I want to expand a little bit about my mother discarding me when I was quite young. As I mentioned it in my last video. And I've mentioned it before in the past. But I think it's important to talk about today. Because I see this kind of narcissistic discard happening in a great many areas of life. And it would happen to me over and over again. So for those of you that don't know my story, my narcissist mother made sure my father wasn't in mine and my brother's life. Shortly after their split up and going to court, my father passed away. My mother burned through pretty much all of his money and got on every assistance program you can think of. Any money would stop coming in for me by the time I was age 18. You see, before turning 18, my mother would use the money that she got for myself and my brother to go junk shopping basically. My mother was a serious hoarder. And the money she used to buy her junk was money she received because I existed on planet Earth. And very quickly I seen myself as a check. A resource to be used. And then when I turned 18, my mother told me that unless I was going to apply to get on one of the many programs for free money, I couldn't stay. Because by me working and living a normal life, I would mess up her money. Now, I think it's a good idea to leave the home when you are 18 when you have some life training from a decent parent or parents. And I think it's okay though to stay a little longer if you are seriously working on a life goal where being in the family home suits this goal and your achievement of it. But in my case, my mother sabotaged my education growing up. And like many of us that grew up in these narcissistic homes, I ended up attending slow learning classes all of my life. I remember when I was in school, they would have this lady every now and then take me out of my class and bring me to a room to test my motor skills and my hand-eye coordination. These tests I would not just pass, but I would pass them extremely well. I just didn't know. Why were these people taking me out of class just to have me skip in a circle and toss a bean bag into a bucket? Then as an adult and thinking back, I realized that they were testing to see if I was suffering from a problem that made me developmentally slow. And it was clear that I wasn't. I was bright and could talk on any subject like an adult even when I was little. But I just couldn't understand my school work. I would try so hard. I think back. Being so little and so young. Staying up all hours of the night and morning doing homework. Doing my homework wrong. Completely and utterly wrong. The teachers would read my work aloud and laugh in front of the class. These things stressed me out to say the least. So once 18 I wasn't very prepared, let's just say, to take on the world. But I had to. And I did my best. And ended up leaving my family home of narcissism. Into being with the woman Susie, my ex, who is likely a narcissist as well. But when you think about it, it's truly sick. I was just there to fund my mother's life. That's it. Oh, and to be narcissistic supply for her. But that was my purpose. And when she knew I served no more of a purpose to her, it was either I needed to get on the system too, or I needed to get out. Though I felt like a check my entire life. This really nailed it and made it real for me. I was no longer wanted because I was no longer useful to my mother. But now thinking about it, isn't that how many relationships are today? As I mentioned in my last video and in videos in the past, my ex Susie came from money. I told her and she knew very well I didn't have a lot of money. I was hard working and did my best. But I did not hide from the fact I couldn't afford to do certain things. She said she loved me and wanted to be with me. And the money didn't matter to her. But on the first day as we moved into our first little apartment, she started to treat me poorly. And as time went on, she expected and demanded more and more financial things that didn't make sense. And then it was her father and mother would give her this and that. Therefore I should as well. Besides all of the other typical narcissist arguments. She would often tell me she should leave me for someone that has more money. And this made me feel just like I did when my mother discarded me. That there was never any love at all. I was just a check. But again, think about the modern relationship. And why it's so fragile. Why divorces happen time and time again. And it's been said, one of the leading causes of divorce is money. And I don't think it's we are so broke we don't know what to do. I believe there is one person in the relationship that puts unrealistic expectations on the other. Ever raising the bar much like narcissists do. And most of these people I believe that are a victim to this put their cards on the table up front. Hey. I don't have a lot of money. I work hard. I do my best. But I don't have this or that. And the narcissist cries and says they love you and it's okay honey. And I'm with you no matter what. But once you have committed to this person or moved in, the unrealistic demands come. And then they branch over and meet someone that has more than you do and they leave you in the dust. And now you have this way of life being pushed on normal people. Getting normal people to adopt these ways of the narcissist. Here's the facts. We live in a world where your job might be here today and gone tomorrow. There are no guarantees. None. How many out there based on all the media and entertainment they've consumed in their lives? And bad behaviors they picked up along the way. How many would be there for someone during these ups and downs? I ask these normal people. Those not raised in a narcissistic home. Those that have a spouse that is responsible and hard-working but might not have everything you want them to have this moment. I ask them. Think about what you are asking for and doing. Look at society around you. Most of the people that you are trying to impress are in debt up to their eyeballs. Up to their eyeballs. And then ask yourself. Where have we gone wrong as a society to throw people away simply because they can't provide the lifestyle of some reality television star? What has happened to us as people? The days of getting a great job easily and staying there until you retire are long gone. People are in tons of debt. Even student loan debt just so they can have a mediocre job. Those that are making millions or hundreds of thousands are in the slim and small minority. The numbers of people making that kind of money is really small. But that's what you've learned. To not accept someone that has an average income. And if you accept someone that has an average income, if a bigger better deal comes along, grab it and kick the person that you so-called love to the curb just like that. No feelings, no nothing. But as side note to those of you that have gone through this, especially having a parent or parents do this to you. Learning to forgive. Understand it wasn't your fault. And that what happened to you was evil. But you have to do the self-work. Meaning better your life. Look before you leap. And to not be around people that treat you badly. Because though I put my cards on the table and I was serious about. Hey Susie. You can go your way. This is my problem to deal with. And she insisted we move out together. I have to admit it felt nice at that moment, someone giving me the love that I never got from my mother. And it's that feeling that can trap you into believing a lie and not seeing what is happening. I understand now. That everyone needs love. But the love I never got from my mother, I can't try to find it in others. It doesn't work that way. And that even if Susie wasn't a narcissist, it might have been better to handle things on my own. And see how the relationship went while doing so. If red flags popped up, it might have been a lot easier to deal with. But it's that love and missing part of you that makes you go forward with what a great many of us went forward with. But back to what I was saying. There are so many people that discard those in their life that they are supposed to love. All for money. Better things. More trips. More this. More that. It's just something. It just makes me sad to see it happen again and again. Maybe some out there will hear this message and think twice before giving up a good thing just for more money. Well, that's all I have for today. I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time. Bye for now. And be good to yourself.